all about my cheese. I ain't worried about the pasta. Baby, 9 take a mine on the rock. They got hit up. Might as well knock it down. Fire like a chop. Burn like a pepper. Screen spinning right. Predicting like the weather. Serve in my cup. Can't go without my medicine. So fresh. Big bag of pepper. Where is my letterman? I'm balling on these suckers. You know the money talk. You can ask Chris Tucker.
All right, welcome to the Side Action, episode 33 of season 8. My name is Jim Weglars, aka Wegs. You can follow me on X and on Instagram at Wegspool.
And I'm Coop. You can check me on Instagram at Dalton Cooper and on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we are the Side Action Podcast. Do not forget about TikTok. Make sure you follow us on TikTok. But,
you're here.
I know. I was trying to think back how long it's been since we've done one of these in person.
It could be.
It's at least
2 years,
yeah,
year and a half.
Year and a half, I would say.
Yeah, because it was all this season.
Yeah,
and most of last season, I think.
Oh, we're back in the
We're back, baby.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the ambulance already passed. It'll be here in 30 minutes. I know you're worrying about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's great to have you here. And obviously, you know, not just having you here. We're, this is wrapping up the end of the season, so it's nice to kind of have it's almost like it's like an in-studio guest.
Yeah. It's good to be back, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So what happened this weekend? What happened this weekend?
Trying to think what happened last weekend.
I got to go on your radio show. That was exciting.
Yeah, we did do the radio show. That was fun. That was really good. Sorry for Derek. We'll talk about that. That was a silly question, I thought.
That's
yeah.
fine.
Did the Wolves on Sunday. They blew it. They had a 2-0 lead the whole game and blew it.
Okay.
Bowling, we made the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
We circled the wagons. So that starts on Tuesday. Other than that, I can't think of too much.
Okay.
Got a nice long weekend. We got a 4-day weekend this weekend. I got Friday and Monday off.
Yeah,
so
you're
shout
off.
out to our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, the Spanish company.
Yeah.
The Spanish company for not making you work.
Yeah. So, but other than that, it's been pretty. Oh, we did the PWHL that was a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, I can't think of anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about you?
Well,
you're
I went
the
to
one
UVA.
that does all these things.
Yeah, I went to UVA. I went to Virginia. Sophia, I flew down to DC, and then Sophia picked me up at the airport.
Okay.
It's about a 2-hour plus ride.
Oh yeah.
From DC to Charlottesville. She's got a new dog, he's like about a year old, but they've had him for a couple months. His name's Goose.
Nice.
She's all about Goose. So he was just like, he has a Serta dog bed. You know they make Serta dog beds?
No.
Oh yeah.
Real nice dog bed.
This dog bed, it was like, that's nicer than my bed in the other room. So, but anyway, he's a nice dog. A lot of energy.
He doesn't chew.
He does chew. You got to take everything out. He chews books and everything. So when we left our apartment, we had to put everything up. But we took him almost everywhere. The only time we didn't take him was to a fancy dinner.
Okay.
And I was down there, and we'll talk about it a little bit more in a minute, but I'm like, hey, she wanted me to come down that weekend. I go down this weekend, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, it's softball tournament. I'm like, oh, do I need my cleats? Like, she said that she wanted me to play. Yeah. I haven't played 12-inch in forever. I'm sure you can crush them all on 12-inch. But anyway, it was not. It was just they do this big law school tournament. And so that's what we did all weekend. I was outside. It was kind of cold on Saturday. It was like 40s.
Yeah.
And then we brought the dog, and then there were all these law schools, 40 different law schools all over. University of Chicago was there, Northwestern, Indiana, but a lot of East Coast ones, of course.
And you raked.
Well, I didn't play.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to play. But the young guys, they have a home run fence. So they were crushing it. And then the thing is that if you hit if you hit 7 runs in a game, the 8th home run over the fence is a single.
Oh, it's a single. Okay.
They don't make it out. But they don't have a cap for runs in an inning.
Oh, that's tough.
So it's for the game, it was like a 30-run slaughter rule. But you could go 30-0 in the first inning and then the game's over. But they'll let you score 20 runs in an inning. It was kind of crazy.
You're gonna be there all day.
Yeah, they capped the games at 50 minutes. So what happened was they were winning games in 3 innings or something.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, kind of wild. Okay. It was fun. Flew back on Sunday. Obviously catching up, and we'll talk about the games. I was watching the game on my phone in the plane. But
how was the airport?
Fine. Everybody talks about this. Now I will say on Friday, it was definitely people taking their kids on spring break. I go on TSA pre-check, so I usually fly through there in 4 minutes. There were normally it's just business people because I go on a Monday or Tuesday. On a Friday, maybe this is normal anyway.
Yeah.
There were tons of 3-4 person families going through. There were tons of little kids. I'm like, this could be rough, but I got through in like 8 minutes. Who cares?
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing.
I don't fly very often on Fridays. You're right. It's usually the middle of the week. Yeah.
But I think it's a little bit overstated. I mean, maybe if you're not pre-check, it's a little longer, but I don't think it's that bad.
Too big of a deal. Everybody's getting paid now.
Well, that's good.
You know, that's who's in Clubbed Up this week.
Oh.
TSA employees getting paid again.
Thanks, government, for paying the employees. So, all right, well, let's go to the shed. Nice transition there. So who do you got in the shed, sir? And let everybody know. Shout loud and proud. Who should get in there?
Well, we obviously, this one's kind of a layup, if you will. But definitely Tiger Woods. I feel like Tiger Woods is in the shed. First of all, anybody that needs to get the help, it's good to get that assistance, to get that help, whatever. That's not the reason why he's in the shed. The reason I'm putting him in the shed is because this man is worth billions of dollars.
Yes.
And you could literally just get an Uber, get a driver.
Just hire a driver.
And what's really funny is he came out and was like, well, I don't want somebody to know what I'm doing all the time. And it's like, well, if you pay that person well enough or you pick the right person, that information will never get out anyway.
Yeah, you pay for discretion.
The mafia literally exists.
Of course.
What are we doing here? So, in the shed, completely ridiculous. He called the president. Wow, did you see this video? This came out this morning.
Trump?
He was on the phone with Trump while he was getting assessed by the police and all that stuff. They were doing the investigation of the accident, and you could see him in the background on the phone. And he comes up and says, "Oh, sorry, I was on the phone with the president." Yeah, just wild. So he was working on that pardon already, basically.
My God.
Yeah. So Tiger Woods in the shed, and then
for a pardon for a DUI.
Yeah, literally. And then, but he blew a 0.00.
I know it was. Well, it's because it was.
Yeah,
it was drugs.
Pills and stuff. Yeah.
Pills.
White Sox pitching. In lieu of White Sox home opener today, 1 o'clock.
Oh, it's today. That's right.
Yeah, we should go.
We should go. We could go.
We could go.
We could go.
We could work
I know
on that.
Luke's taking his parents there tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I got no plans.
But their pitching is in the shed because they've allowed 52 runs in 6 games so far. That's the worst in the league. The next closest team is Arizona at 44. So
yeah, they're 1-5. Not good.
Yeah,
not a good start.
Murakami though, he's in Clubbed Up.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he was the first White Sox player ever to home run in his first 3 games.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure he's the second player all time to do that.
Well, when you lose 14-1.
Yeah, that's tough. Opening day, you know what? Opening day gets put on this pedestal. It's just one game. They can get some pitching, they've got some. There's some excitement baked into that lineup. Yeah.
There could be something.
Yeah, in the shed. Sorry about it.
Okay. Well, I have 2, but I forgot another one, so I'm going to add one.
Okay.
So first, you probably didn't see the story. We just talked about it. Aaron Glenn, coach. I don't think he still should be the coach of the Jets, but he is. It's a tough organization. It's maybe not a zombie organization, but they're in trouble.
Okay.
They got Geno Smith back as the quarterback. Obviously, he was there originally drafted, but Aaron Glenn is saying that Geno is going to take us to the promised land.
Yeah, the number 1 overall pick. That's right. That's the promised land.
Maybe that
so
is.
you're just misinterpreting what the promised land means to Aaron Glenn.
He's going to take us to the bottom.
Yeah. That's that not every quarterback could do that.
I know.
So,
by the way, special guest, we got little Rocco walking around. If you hear the clickety-clack, that's him in his Notre Dame sweatshirt. Erica's visiting. So, yeah, okay, Aaron Glenn. Okay, maybe the promised land is the number 1 pick.
Like I say, maybe you just misinterpret it. Maybe. That could have happened.
I don't know. I mean, they probably can't get anybody to switch, get to the number 1 spot and get Mendoza, but yeah, maybe you're right.
No, they don't want Mendoza. They want to suck again.
Number 2 in the shed. Number 2 of 3. Jaden Ivey.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's the Bulls. Well, the Bulls didn't think about that this guy was a total idiot and homophobic guy. You can be pro-Christian and not be homophobic. I believe. I don't like those type of Christians. I'm not going to besmirch them on Good Friday. But at the same time, they release him because he said a lot of stuff and whatever. And
detrimental to team activities or whatever.
I mean, you're in Chicago. Chicago is one of those cities that's going to be pro everybody, and it's not going to be anti people. So I get it. So obviously he immediately got picked up by the Lakers, which I don't know if that means something or not, but
inside job.
Yeah, inside job. And then third, I didn't put on there Puka Nacua. You talked about it. It triggered me when you said he's going to get help. Yes, he needs to get help. He was completely drunk and bit some woman on her shoulder or something. I saw the bite marks on there, the little. He did the mold. Did you see
really?
this?
No,
yeah.
I didn't.
See that?
I
don't know. On X, I'm subject to AI. You know that.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that's true. He checked into rehab.
Is that a kink?
It is a kink.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Fifth round picking.
My thing is, he was just about to get paid.
Yeah.
So we talked about it on the other, the network. They were like going, oh, there's no room for this garbage, whatever. I'm glad he's getting the help.
Yeah.
Because he's at a point where, his career can still be salvaged. It'd probably be better if he didn't sign the big contract. He might lose that money. Right, and overspend it. So I don't know. But Puka, get well. You're a great receiver. Obviously, being like, I don't know if he was a religious guy and now he's got money and he's like,
he's just a kid from Utah, and then he goes to LA, and he wasn't even making really that much money either. But there were rumors that the Rams were trying to get AJ Brown.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you heard those rumors last week.
I've heard that in the Patriots, so I don't know about AJ.
So I think there's there's smoke, there's fire, and you're kind of seeing a little bit of that smoke right now.
He may miss some of the season with this, but he's getting in. You can go in for 90 days, see if he can get rehabilitated. Obviously, there's, look, if you're into biting, it's okay. I'm not against it.
Just consensual biting, yeah.
Consensual.
We are into consensual biting, yes.
I've been bit before.
Okay. Had to get a tetanus shot afterward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's do Club Dub. So you kind of alluded, maybe you already put somebody in there.
I did. Did you want me to go? Oh my
God.
Well,
we have the same person, so we'll just say we'll put it out
my
there.
First Club Dub is UConn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's UConn basketball. So this is a crazy stat. UConn basketball has been in every single Final Four since 2008. Whether as a program, UConn has been. Yes. So from the years 2008, 2010, 12, 13, 15 through 19, we didn't have the tournament in 2020, obviously with COVID, but 21, 22, 25, women had made the Final Four. The men made the Final Four just by themselves in 2023, and then 2011, 2014, 2024. And 2026, obviously, both teams had made it to the Final Four.
Not a bad basketball program.
Death, taxes, and UConn basketball in the Final Four. So, have they overtaken Tom Izzo? Like, this is March?
Well, I think. Okay. Obviously, you're combining both sides. I do think, and we'll talk about it later. If Hurley can win this one, I do think that he surpasses Izzo for sure. Okay. He's got 3 titles. Izzo only has 1.
Right.
He's gotten to 3 Final Fours. Izzo's gotten to more, you're kind of stealing my thunder for later, but when UConn gets there on the men's side, they usually win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like we'll talk about that in the picks later. So good for UConn, but that's a good stat. Good pull.
I saw that. I was wild. And then Mike McCartney. Not to be confused with Jesse McCartney or Paul McCartney or Mike McCarthy. Yes, but he is. If you're not familiar with his game, he is Kirk Cousins' agent. Yeah, he's really good at his job. With Kirk Cousins signing the extension with the Las Vegas Raiders, he is set to become the second highest paid player of all time, surpassing Tom Brady.
That's insane.
You know who's number one?
I saw this. I saw the list.
Yeah,
it's Stafford.
Yes,
Stafford.
It is Matt Stafford.
Stafford has won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, $422 million.
Do you know how many playoff games Kirk Cousins has won?
2.
1.
Is it 1? Okay. I knew it was
This is crazy. Look. All I know is, and first of all, I saw all the memes this morning about Mendoza and Kirk Cousins, like they're kind of like doppelgangers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like you're paying, and you're paying a backup $20 million for 1 year. Now the whole contract 5 years, I don't think that's going to last, but it was like $172 million.
Yeah.
But even a 1 year, $20 million deal, I know Cousins has made the Pro Bowl, but it's like he's a backup, dude. That's a lot of money.
I think he's going to play.
You think he's going to start?
Probably.
The first couple games?
I don't know. I'm still on the fence about this just because you got to know, too. If you're the Raiders, you got to know if the kid can play. And they asked the Chargers about Justin Herbert. Like, they weren't playing him. The only reason why they played him is because Tyrod literally took a needle to the lung.
Yeah, that was a little suspect.
Yeah, and Justin Herbert turns out to be their franchise quarterback.
Right.
In some other situations. I feel like that 5th year is so. Ask the Panthers how they'd feel to have another year about Bryce Young to not have to make a decision.
I think, yeah.
So I feel like he has to play.
They've invested in the offensive line. They're not putting him out there where he's just going to get crushed,
Yeah.
And obviously, he's not a young guy. Mendoza's not 21 years old, right? He's a couple years older.
Well, he played at Cal. He's played at Indiana. He started I think 30 games or something along that line.
So I think he's fine to start if you want him to be your franchise guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not sold on him per se, but either way, Kirk Cousins' agent. Also in my Club Dub, this guy is just minting cash for this man. And the man only shops at Kohl's.
Yeah, literally.
They back up the Kohl's truck?
Kohl's cash, yeah.
Beep, beep, beep. Here's the Kohl's cash, you know. His wife is like smiling, and then it's Vegas, though. It doesn't really match his personality, but could be exciting.
I don't know. You could live out in the burbs, like, you know, maybe something like your sister does.
Town. It's a suburban town.
He could be your sister's neighbor.
Oh, actually, that's right. I think the house next door is available. We should tell him.
Oh my God. Holy crap. Wow. That'd be incredible.
All right. Anybody else for Club Dub?
No, that's all I had.
All right. Back to UVA. Talked about the tournament. It's 100 teams, by the way.
Oh my God.
9
teams. On a team?
There's it's kind of interesting. 4 women play in the co-ed, 6 in the field for the guys, but they can bat up to 3 extra guys. It's kind of weird. It's a 9-4. It's not really co-ed in my view.
Right. And
the girls are pretty good. So a couple things. One thing is, they were really good. They had 3 different teams. So at UVA is like all about, in law school, is all about softball.
Really?
My daughter never played, and she's like, Dad, I have to start playing softball. And that's one of the years she played with us.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, sure. And I bought her cleats and everything. So they literally have room in their locker for a bat. Like, that's how serious they are there.
Wow.
In their little law school locker.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so,
or is it self-protection?
Maybe. But they have a full, like, fields for them and everything. They're really nice.
Like turf?
There's a turf field, and then they have 2 full, it's dirt in fields with grass outfields and fences. I mean,
wow.
It's really sweet. So anyway, they have 3 different teams. The gold team's the top team, the blue team's the next, and they called the drunk team the third team, even though they were still pretty good. And so what was kind of cool about the tournament is you're playing like pool play, and it's all in one weekend. And it rained on Friday, so they had to cancel the games. Saturday, they had to jam things in. And then at midnight, they do a bracket reveal.
Oh, boy.
They're and you might have seen that on social media. They have like tons of people. There's these 3 bars that kind of intersect, and there's this big courtyard area. There's all these junk law school students there with me. It's me. It's, Wegs and all the 24-year-olds.
Nice.
And then they do the bracket reveal, and then the 2 seed was UVA Gold, and they had to play the blue team, UVA Blue, as a 31 seed in the first round.
Oh, boy.
So it was actually a pretty epic game. And then a little tidbit, hopefully I don't get in trouble for saying this, but the pitcher of the gold team is usually a woman, and the woman that normally plays there, like tore ACL a little while back, she's kind of recovering from it. So for the tournament, the woman who was pitching, her name's Daniela, it was kind of weird. I was like, who's that guy over there in the black? Like standing behind the backstop, and she's pitching. It's Daniela Rubio, like Marco Rubio's daughter.
No way.
Yes. So there's Secret Service at all the games.
No way. Yeah. That's wild.
Yes, it was wild. So Daniela, that's pretty. I'll tell the one little story. So then, in one of the games, they're playing Indiana, and Indiana had some girls that were really good. They had a shortstop that was a woman, and a left fielder was a woman.
Nice.
And the woman from left field, like they had hit one of the fence, because these guys on the UVA team were cranking all day. They were crushing the ball. They had so many home runs.
Yeah.
One, they hit the fence. The girl turns around and just guns it in, right? And I go, she's got a rifle. And then the guy kind of turned quickly.
Nice. Fortress.
I was just saying she had a good arm.
Hold the phone. She's got a cannon.
She's got a cannon. So anyway, but
boy,
why they're in Club Dub is they won the title. They won the tournament.
Oh, nice.
Gold won the tournament. Daniela pitched them to the championship. They were really good, so we were very excited. And so anyway,
wow.
Club Dub.
That's funny.
That was pretty funny.
That's
I was like,
interesting.
who's that guy with the earpiece and the black jacket?
Oh, nothing. He's just on patrol. He loves a good day in the park.
She was super sweet. Like I'm sure she has to deal with it. She just lives with it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's go into the college hoops recap. This is kind of we'll do a recap show next week and pre-Masters show. We'll talk about when to do that. But hey, last weekend some great games. We first had the Sweet 16, which we were doing the pod when it was first going.
Yeah.
Purdue and Texas. What a great game. Great basketball game. Texas, we talked about them. They surprised everybody, but they had those NBA guys in the game basically. But the Boilers got it done. TKR, I call him TKR, it's easier. He gets the tip in at the buzzer on the Braden Smith miss. So they win the game 79-77, but Texas covered and it went over. But what you got a problem with this,
I
right?
should have put Sean Miller in the shed.
Yes.
Why did he sub out his
The
best
big guy,
rebound? Yeah.
Malakishus, whoever his name is.
I forgot about this game until you
Guy's
just brought
7
this
feet
up.
tall. The guy's 7 feet and like 260.
And just a nice little putback, like it was nothing. Like, oh wow, it'd be real nice to have that guy probably in the way right now.
Just box out because TKR just pushed that guy into the basket and just tipped it in with the one finger.
Silly. It was so silly.
Yeah,
I had Texas going that far though. That's the good
I know you've done really well in the Wegs pool.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put you club dub.
No, not yet. No,
you gotta.
No, I'm not gonna. I can't win it. Club dub is for winners.
It's for winners. Yeah. That's true. We like winners.
We got to keep a standard in the Art Murphy Lounge. Okay.
Art Murphy. Well, talk about Art Murphy in a second. And then second game, Iowa. Mm-hmm. They were trailing against Nebraska at the half, but. This Bennett Sturts kid can really ball. I mean, 20 points in this game. They won 77-71. They flipped the script. 25 points. They held the Huskers 25 points in the second half. So Iowa covers the number. They did go way over the number. I don't know why 131 was a bad total. Even though they played that 57-52 game early in the season, this was more free-flowing. What did you think about this game?
Another missed shed that we had because they had 4 players on the
court. Oh,
remember?
Yeah. Hoiberg.
That flipped the whole game.
It was late. It was like a minute to go, and they were trying to press, and they forgot a guy, and they didn't even cover the back end.
No, he forgot to check in. Like, he was literally standing at the scorer's table. Right. Yeah, and just a tough way for Nebraska to end their season, even though it was a historic season for Nebraska. So that was kind of the cool thing for them. But honestly, I'm surprised Iowa had played because I think they were trailing in this game most of the time.
They were trailing until about
like
the 10 minute mark. They kind of got. I think they got it within 6. They got it within 2 or 3 within the 10-minute mark, and then they went over at the 4-minute mark.
So I think I was more surprised on how long it took Iowa to really get into this game and get situated. But they found a way. Nebraska kind of got in their own way, and I mean, I don't think Nebraska would have stood a chance in that next game anyway.
No, they wouldn't. But, it is what it is. It's just interesting. Iowa was like 20-12 in the regular season.
Yeah.
So what the hell happened? This team actually was pretty good.
They woke up. Yeah.
They just decided. Well, I think Sturts went to the next level. He's an NBA level player, so maybe that's what happened. So Duke. This is in the Sweet 16 first. Duke bested the Johnnies, and this one. St. John's did what we kind of thought they were going to do. They came out, they pressed them full court, they pressed them when they got off the bus, they were in their locker room. But at some point in this game, the momentum switched because the Johnnies were up a bit early, and then Duke started figuring out the pressure. And the guy I think in this game that mattered in the second half was Caleb Foster, who I didn't think he was going to play.
Yeah.
And so he plays. I don't think the Johnnies thought he was going to play either because they didn't really have an answer for him. He scored 11 points. In a really short stretch, he had like 7 points in a row. Yeah. Got them on top. Duke wins the game 80-75. Johnny still covered, thank you. And the game went over, which was a surprise to me. But in the long run, St. John's just didn't have somebody who could score late. I mean, it was kind of like, the last 3-4 minutes, they were just struggling. They didn't score. Ejiofor scored in the last minute, but I think they had 2 or 3 minutes, where they didn't score, and that's what kills you. So Duke moved on from the Sweet 16. I don't know. What do you think of that game?
The only reason that game was close to begin with is because St. John's shot the ball so well from 3
early
in the first half. They were leading, I think, at halftime by 1.
Yeah, they were.
But that was my big takeaway. Duke was very consistent in getting to the basket. You could if you watch the game, you could definitely see that Duke's offense was flowing more.
Right.
As far as ease of scoring points and things of that nature. So I think they just caught up, and then, like you said, Foster took over in the second half and. We talked about that on the radio show, the most productive air ball of all time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but I mean, Duke moves on, and in true Duke fashion, they showed up in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, Elite Eight. What can you do? And then in the Sweet 16 again, we had the Huskies beat Sparty. I thought this was a really good game, competitive game all throughout. But UConn never really lost control of the game. This was one of 2 games in the Sweet 16 that the team that got out rebounded won. It's pretty hard to do that. Sparty outrated them 39-30, but in the end, it was the 3-point shooting. Huskies made 9, Sparty made 4, and I thought when the Spartans had a chance to take control of this game, kind of around the 8 to 10 minute mark, they were tied. They had 2 or 3 possessions that they just missed bunnies. There was 4-foot little flips that didn't roll in. That was a chance to get them the lead, And I also think Jeremy Fears did not play the level I thought he would play. I thought he'd play really well in this game, and he didn't. He made a big three late, but overall he didn't take over the game like I thought. And guess what? UConn covers the number 63-63. So I did lose this game. Game stayed under easily, though, under the 136.
Well, at the beginning of this game, it looked like a runaway. Like UConn was up like 25-8 at one point.
Yes.
Like UConn came out to play. They were making I think they started like 6 of 6 from the field. They were making threes. They were just. So I thought this game was going to be a runaway, honestly. So the fact that Michigan State stayed in, they were physical. They played Michigan State basketball.
Yeah, they took the lead with like 11 minutes.
Yeah,
but then they couldn't maintain it.
They just could not put it together at the end.
Offensive efficiency won in this one.
Yeah, well, that's the story of Michigan State. Yeah, if they could ever have offensive consistency, they would be
stagnant
right there.
and rough. The game that kind of surprised me, and maybe you did like this last week, was the Vols. I remember. I think I did listen back. We both liked the Cyclones. Tennessee played great, and it was Joshua Jefferson did not play for the Cyclones, which was a bit of a surprise. I thought he would at least get out there a little bit. And I think you said it last week, dude. They could not rebound without him on the floor.
Yeah.
And they lost the game 76-62, but they got out rebounded 43-22, almost doubled up on the boards.
Got killed.
And when I was watching this game thinking the Cyclones could get back, they also missed 8 of 10 free throws from like the 8-minute mark to the 4-minute mark.
Yeah.
That's when you needed to make those free throws to get back in the game. They never could.
They got to the double bonus so early, yeah.
They couldn't make shots.
Yeah.
And it was like everybody. It wasn't just like some big man. They were fouling one guy. It was everybody was missing the shots. It was disappointing.
39% as a team.
Brutal.
Yeah.
And but the Vols played really good, and I gave them some credit. Obviously, we won't talk about that game, but they got destroyed against Michigan. But Rick Barnes, dude, that was his 3rd straight Elite Eight appearance. Guy can coach.
There it is. Yeah.
Fighting Rick Barnes.
Fighting Rick Barnes. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't think you'd have Tennessee as your last SEC team standing on your bingo card.
No way.
So
not a chance.
Yeah, they did. They made it.
Yeah. So move to Elite Eight. We'll review a couple games here. First, we didn't talk about the Sweet 16. Acuff, my boy, he played fine, but they got destroyed against Arizona. Arizona ran about the gym. They don't play any defense. But when they entered the game against Purdue, a lot of these teams, Purdue was beating them at halftime.
Yeah.
38-31.
They had momentum, too.
Braden Smith was playing great. They were out-rebounding the bigger team. They had a little bit of foul trouble with TKR, but they were hanging in there and winning the game. And then, I don't know, Arizona hit halftime and just flipped the script. It was just like, boom. First 6 minutes, we're going to tie this game. We're going to take the lead. And they kind of had a run to start. And then it just never looked back. They won the game 79-64. They held the Boilers to 26 points in the second half. Arizona covered the number, and the number did go under 152.5. So what did you see in this game?
Just that second half run. I mean, like you said, Purdue built a 7-point lead going into halftime, and it was rolling. And Arizona was kind of rolling in the beginning of that game too, and then Purdue fought back and then continued to kind of push that momentum, which I was kind of surprised by. Mm-hmm. But I just think they ran out of gas. I think like Arizona just finally their will, or I guess they finally imposed their will on the game and got going. And Purdue had a terrible second half shooting. I mean, they only scored 26 points in the second half. So. That is not going to help you win a lot of games. But I was surprised. I'll be honest. I was surprised by Purdue watching. I was like, I didn't think they'd have any chance at all. And then they hung around. They made it frisky for a minute.
Yeah. Well, if you like those, like those dogs, usually you like those first half.
I was hoping Purdue would win though, just because it would screw up everybody's bracket.
Yeah, me and everybody else.
Yeah.
Don't worry. That game happened the next day.
Nice. Yeah.
You had
Duke. For some of us.
Yeah. You were okay. Well, you had Florida, right? No, wait.
Yeah, no, I had UConn in the Final Four.
Oh, you had UConn. Okay, you're good.
I had UConn over Duke.
Yeah, so
I couldn't believe it.
Obviously, Michigan. Well, we won't talk about Illinois specifically, but they won. They had beaten Houston, and that was a total rock fight. That game was awful to watch. Like the first half, it was 24-22 at the half.
Yeah,
I was like, are these playing? They're playing high school basketball or junior high basketball? And then the second game, they came back on Iowa. So it was really interesting. Almost every team that won in the Elite Eight was trailing except for Michigan. So 3 of the 4 were trailing at halftime. So we'll get into the big game. Duke, they were up by 19, cruising along, just dominating UConn. It wasn't that they were just shooting the lights out. They were just getting everything they wanted. And they were leading 44-29 at the half, which I don't know if you knew this stat. This is usually your thing. 134-0 134-0 when the number one seed is leading by 15 points at the half in the tournament. Now it's 134-1. So what the hell happened, before we go into the last minute, what the hell happened in this game for you? What changed the momentum, or was it just kind of incremental?
Yeah, I think it just builds up, honestly. I hate to say it, but there seems to be a pattern with these John Shire teams. Yeah, that I don't know if they fall asleep, and then once they wake up a little bit, and then like the panic sets in, then they really panic. But I also think that might have something to do with the fact that they have a younger team.
Yeah.
They usually get
freshmen.
high school seniors that and not going through the transfer portal. So you get 18, 19-year-old kids in like the stage that you've been trying to put them in all season, and they maybe just shit down their leg a little bit because. That's just that's the only thing I can come up with. Other than that, it was just, obviously UConn made their shots. They had to put the pressure back on.
Right.
But again, they're an older team. They've been there before.
Right.
And so,
they're a blend.
They're a more of a balanced team in that regard.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did you see?
There were two things I saw, and again, I watched the last 10 minutes on the plane. When you get to O'Hare and you land way out in
because I was listening to like the last 10 minutes on the radio. Driving home.
So I'm watching on my phone in the plane, so maybe I could see things. But two things I saw. One, Caleb Foster was totally ineffective in this game.
Yeah.
So we're in St. John's game. He was effective, scored, made a difference. This game he scored 0 points, and they essentially didn't have a point guard in this basketball game.
Yeah, he played 14 minutes.
When they ended up, maybe he was hurt from playing, maybe he was sore or something, which is probably likely because he had a broken foot before that. He was wearing a boot.
Yeah.
So he was ineffective, which made basically in the second half when they were cruising along, then UConn starts making a push. They couldn't handle the basketball.
Yeah. 13 turnovers.
UConn was pressuring on the half court, but Cam Boozer had to handle the basketball, which he's a capable ball handler, but he's not a guard.
Right.
And so Isaiah Evans, one of the first plays I saw was Isaiah Evans dribbled off his foot and solo ball went for a dunk or a layup. And I'm like, what the hell just happened there? And then Cam Boozer did that like 3 minutes later. They couldn't handle the pressure. It's not just the game pressure, but they couldn't handle the UConn defensive pressure.
Yeah.
And then secondly, I was just astounded by them not just going to Boozer in the post. Because late in the game he got 2 buckets. But I'm like, this team is obviously coming back. In my mind, when you're up by like 8, 10 points, it becomes a race. I always say to myself in football and basketball, it's like, if you get to X number, you're going to win this game, right? In this case, it was like 75. It was like, if you score another 15 points, you'll win this game. It doesn't matter if they score more points. They're not going to catch you.
Right.
But they just were trying to grind the clock down. They're playing scared. And this is the third game this season that they blew a double-digit lead. Those are the games that they lost. And last year, of course, Houston, they blew a 14-point lead in the last 12, 13 minutes of the Elite Eight last year, or Final Four last year. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think you're right about the youth. And then, in the end, UConn made the plays. I give them credit. Let's talk about the last minute now. First and foremost, UConn was 1 of 18 from deep before the last 9 minutes, and they went 4 or 5 down the stretch. So Caravan hit that one big three that was a dagger. They got it within 2 or 1 or whatever, but they still were able to get the UConn kid missed a free throw. They're down 3 with 10 seconds. He missed the first one, which you never want to miss the first because nobody can rebound it. He makes the second. They're up by 2 with 10 seconds. I don't understand. You don't have to get the ball across half court. Yeah. There's no half court violation now. You're inside of 10 seconds. Just get the ball and hold it.
Right.
And Cam kind of bobbled it, gave it back to SARS, and then he hit Caden. And look, I think they ran that play intentionally. They were open for dunks.
I guess he was wide open, yeah.
But in the end, you don't need the dunk. Maybe you miss free throws, but then they only got 2 seconds to get the ball. It was just, I think in that point, I'll give a little bit of blame to Shire. I think there you need to coach your kids, let them foul you. I know you don't want to extend the game, but at the same time, it's going to be really hard for UConn to go the full length of the court and make a 3 versus what.
Well, in the worst case scenario too, you would hope you'd make 1 out of 2 free throws,
correct.
and then you have a tie. Yeah, you're going to overtime. Yeah, just Man, what a March moment though. That was.
Well,
I love
and the
Iron
kid
Eagle
had
so
only
much.
the kid was 0 for 4. You know that, right?
Yeah, and he's
Braylon
from
Mullins.
Indy.
He's from Indy.
That's what's crazy.
0 for 4. He makes that 35-footer, and it was a no doubter, just right down the well, right down the well.
Sounded so pure too.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it was, I think, the play of that, the understated play was the Caravan. I'm not a big Caravan guy, but they passed because they stole the ball. Mullins got it to Caravan first, who's has hit big shots. He got it, was like double teamed, kicked it back. He made the right basketball play, and then Mullins drained it. So.
Yeah, drilled it. It was
awesome.
So it was such a great video. Yeah,
of course.
We can all. There's nothing that brings this country together like Duke blowing a tournament game. For some reason, just there's so many people that get joy out of that, and it just brings everybody together. The whole Twitterverse, the whole social media verse.
I wish I liked Danny Hurley more. I just can't stand the guy. So.
Yeah, how do you headbutt the ref? Like. That's crazy.
What I did hear about that is that he actually knows the ref personally.
Yeah, like they're buddies.
And so it was more of a he was excited. Like he didn't really headbutt him in anger. He was just getting excited and
yeah.
But he should do that after the game when they're on the court,
literally,
right?
yes.
And there's no stuff.
Just insane.
Well, let's get to the Final Four. I updated the championship odds. This is a couple days ago, maybe a change, but Michigan is the favorite now. That's good for you. Plus 150 again, and Arizona's plus 175. So those are the two favorites. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then you've got Illinois, which you can't bet in Illinois. Although I think Art wanted to talk to somebody in Indiana, putting in a bet for him.
Nice.
Illinois is plus 400 to win the title, and UConn's plus
Vegas.
650. Well, of course he should have. I mean, if he picked him to win,
yeah, literally,
right?
That's what I would think.
I mean, my sister can wire you the funds, but proxy. So obviously it sets up that the Michigan-Arizona game is kind of the fall championship, but we'll see if that's really true when we talk through this. First game's Illinois against UConn. Illinois is a short favorite, 1.5 points. You can't bet it in Chicago. Yeah. 139.5 point total. This is at 5:09 Central, here in Chicago tomorrow. So I don't know. I mean,
I don't know either.
What do you think about this game?
Well, the big thing that I've been reading too is that a lot of people that live in the state of Illinois are hoping that Illinois does win because they bet on somebody else. And if Illinois wins, according to the gaming laws, we could have never bet on it because we live in Illinois.
Yes.
So you would get your bet refunded to you.
Oh.
So that's why a lot of people are now.
Interesting.
That's why now a lot of people are become Illinois homers because an outcome happened that they never could have bet on.
So if they win the title, then they get their refund.
If you picked a different champion.
It's a small print. Thanks, Rivers.
So that's kind of the interesting part. But no, the styles of basketball, I think that I guess the style of basketball that's going to be required to win this game, I think Illinois fits the bill better on. So I have more faith in their offense showing up than UConn's offense, even though I think Dan Hurley is probably a better coach.
He is.
So the coaching matchup leans toward UConn, which I usually like to lean toward.
Me too.
But just something about Illinois, it just feels right. I don't know what it is. They have literally everything. They've got the size. They've got the rebounding. And I think it's just something about the European game and mindset that they have that just translates really well. And since the tournament has happened, they've been playing the best defense all season that Illinois has. I mean, that was the reason why they won against Houston, other than the free throw discrepancy, which we didn't discuss. But I think Illinois will find a way to grind this game out and get to a national championship game.
Yeah, Illinois is a better team. I don't think there's any. We look at Ken Pom. It's not like it's the Bible, but they've been better than UConn all season. It's not.
And they played a much harder conference than UConn.
They did.
Yeah.
And UConn, if you look at Ken Pom, so let's just talk about the title odds. It makes sense because I'll say there's only 2 examples of teams that were outside of the top 20 in offensive and defensive efficiency to win the title.
And they're both UConn?
They were both the UConn teams. It was Shabazz Napier was the last one, and obviously Kemba Walker. Yeah. So this team is just like that, but they don't have that type of player. Right? Here's the problem. I think what Underwood has done, and I never thought he was a great in-game coach at all, but he's had good game plans. He had the right game plan against Houston, and then he was able to make adjustments in the Iowa games. They were losing at halftime too.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm wrong about that. I do think if it's in-game, UConn's going to be... I mean, Hurley's a better coach, and even though I can't stand his antics, he's a better coach. Yeah. So if it comes down to the final 2 minutes, what UConn has to do is get this game to the last 2 minutes and it'd be a ball game, kind of like against Duke, they'll probably win then. But I think Illinois is good enough to keep them at bay and obviously they just saw what happened to Duke. They're not going to let up on them.
Right.
And they're bigger, like you said, and their guards are better. So they're a better basketball team. I picked Illinois. I would not be surprised if UConn wins, but I think Illinois should win. A lot of people are like, they're favored for a reason, guys.
Yeah.
I think everybody's going to be picking UConn, not like Illinois, but like
The storyline, yeah.
They believe in UConn.
Yeah.
Keaton
Wagler, I think, is going to cause a lot of problems
He's good.
for them. Well, he's 6'6", too, or 6'5".
6'7", yeah. And then, Stojakovic is having a good tournament. They're playing in a bigger arena, so the teams that have to rely on threes will struggle early. And that
depth perception?
It is. Oh, yeah. It's always like that.
Okay.
First half shooting is always terrible. But anyway, I do like Illinois, and I actually like the over in this one. I think Illinois should speed up tempo.
Yeah.
Because UConn doesn't have the horses. We didn't mention this too. Tyrus Reed has been playing great for UConn. He's awesome. But he's going to be facing a gigantic front line here.
Right.
So I think that he's going to, if he does really well, they'll stay in it. But if he doesn't, Illinois can blow him out.
Yeah. Completely agree.
Wow, we're on the same side. Weird. And then the next game, Michigan, Arizona. Michigan's favored. Arizona opened a favorite, then it flipped really quick to Michigan. Michigan's a 1.5 point favorite in this one. 157.5 point total. This is roughly, we'll call it 8 o'clock, 7:49 Central. And look, man, I know you love Michigan. Michigan's great, and they're a great basketball team. I think Arizona's more complete. I think they have better guards. So I will pick Arizona in this game. But Michigan's great, and they have a higher ceiling. They shoot more threes. So if they can dial in the threes in the bigger arena, they have a chance to basically stay ahead of Arizona because they don't shoot threes. They shoot at like 20% clip. Yeah. But I do think those men that they have in there, not just the big men, but the guards, like Jaden Bradley is a dude. They can outmuscle the guards for Michigan. So their advantage is at guard. But I do think the length, we'll see if the length bothers Arizona because it's a huge team.
Well, and Linda Borg, I think, has got to keep playing
He's
well
really
like
good.
he has been playing. And I didn't realize he was a transfer.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how old he was.
He pulled himself out of the draft last year. He was supposed to be drafted. Yeah.
Just, I don't know. This might be the best Final Four game
it could be
that we've ever seen.
We're going to see a
with
lot
these teams.
of NBA talent on the court.
Yes. I'm going Michigan because that's what I picked earlier.
Sure.
But I have no feel in this game whatsoever. I could literally see it going either way. I mean, even the matchup predictor is 51-48.
Right.
So, I mean,
coaching advantage?
I have to say Michigan. I think Dusty May's got a little bit more under his belt, I think.
He's been there.
Yeah, from tenure. And I mean, he's took a much smaller team there, too, as well.
That's the thing about Tommy Lloyd.
That was the San Diego State game, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And they could have won that game.
Sure.
Yeah, as I said, they could have been in a national championship game.
Yeah, they blew it.
Yeah, I think Michigan, to your point, I think that's the difference is the 3-point shooting, and that's what's going to come down to. Yeah, like you said, if they do have struggles early, that could definitely lead to some trouble. But if they get it dialed in early, I think that's going to be the key. I think is the first team to get that body blow to maybe cause a little bit of doubt because both these teams have only lost 5 games combined all year. Right. So I think maybe to put a little bit of panic into the other side might be beneficial just because there hasn't been a lot of. I don't think a lot of panicking oh my god, we got to play from behind kind of.
Well, you're not. Neither team in the tournament. Neither team has played in a nip-tuck game in the last couple minutes, right? I mean, it's not been a sweat.
Yeah.
I mean, both
Michigan
teams
might have had the easiest path to the.
They did. They kind of got a little lucky there, but it's okay. They won the games. They have to play who they play. I just think that again, it goes to coaching. Tommy Lloyd. I've been a Tommy Lloyd, not hater, but I just don't think he's a great recruiter. Right. He's not a great coaching game. He finally got over the hump. He got him past the Elite Eight. He hadn't done that before, right? So this is big for him and the program. They haven't been to the Final Four since 2001, dude.
Yeah.
And so this is a big deal for Arizona. A West Coast team hasn't won the title since 1997, since Arizona won.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And just a little other tidbit. We haven't had a Big Ten champion since 2000 with Michigan State. So this is kind of two trends. Somebody's going to get there one way or another. But I just think that if it gets to a short, 2-point game late, I trust Michigan's coaching better.
Yeah.
I do think Jaden Bradley is a difference maker on Arizona to get a bucket. But I think Karchenkov, who's their kind of Swiss Army knife defender for Arizona, can get in front of Yaxel, who, Lendenborg, who's really great.
Yeah.
If they slow him down, Michigan may have trouble. But I want to see a great game. So this is the nightcap. I'll be at Four Shadows cheering them on. So we'll see what happens. It'll be fun.
Nice.
So when we look at the title matchups, it sounds like you think it's going to be an all Big Ten matchups. You will get a champ, Illinois, Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm speculating that'd be about a 3.5 point favorite for Michigan. Maybe that's a little heavy.
That's a
144.5 point total.
No, it was Purdue that beat them in the tournament.
Purdue, yeah. So if that matchup, I'm assuming you still like Michigan in that.
Yeah, I like Michigan in all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's UConn, Arizona, I like Michigan to win that game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Time to come out of the locker room and play.
Yeah.
But so you would also lay the points Michigan against UConn if it was like 5 points because it's going to be pretty not heavy, but it'll be a heavier. It'll probably be the biggest. I think the biggest number on the board.
Yeah, I just think the size is going to be too much.
I think
the size of Michigan is too much for Illinois or UConn to handle. I think, like you said, I think the default national championship game is that Final Four game
Saturday.
Michigan, Arizona. Yeah.
So let's flip it around. I know you think Michigan's going to win it all. That's good. If Illinois plays Arizona, though, do you think it's still Arizona versus? What do you think in that game? I'm showing like a 2-point favorite for Arizona, a little bit lower total because Arizona's defense.
I don't know. I feel like if Arizona gets past Michigan, Arizona's going to win the title. Just because, to your point, they haven't been there in so long. So to get over the hump, and I feel like this is like their biggest test is going to be like, okay, we finally got through to the Final Four. Are we just going to are they going to take that as it is and, be cool with that? Or is like, okay, we're actually going to go win. That's the only thing I would worry about too with like kids in the program. Is like, if they haven't done it in a while, or all this week, they're probably hearing like, "Oh my God, we finally gotten there."
We've won.
It's been 20 years since we've done
before
this.
You were born,
right? Yeah, so that might be a little bit of rat poison, a little bit. So that's the only thing that worries me about Arizona.
Right, and then same with UConn.
No, I think. I don't think UConn could win a national championship, but I'm not going to put anything past Dan Hurley.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they get it, what will happen?
It would have to be the ugliest game you've ever seen.
Well, and I will.
all over again.
That's right. What I will say is, if UConn beats Illinois and they get to the title game, I'm going to bet them in the first half. I think they're going to have a great first half.
Yeah.
But I think the second half, Michigan or Arizona is better. They just have more talent on the floor.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to flip the script. I don't think they'll pull a Duke where they'll blow a huge lead. Because, again, they saw it.
Yeah.
Everybody watched that game. And secondly, I think that they have more guys that can score.
Yeah,
it's not just one dude.
Yeah.
Right. And Michigan, too. Yaxel gets bottled up. Okay, fine. We've got the guards. We've got another. Morez Johnson can score.
Yeah.
They're not going to be relying on one scorer. And I think that's what Duke's downfall was. And then UConn, my concern about them is they're not deep. And if you get Taurus Reed in foul trouble, like they've got huge dudes on this team.
Yeah.
Is he going to dominate those guys? He is not.
No.
So I think that he's going to have trouble. So I do think UConn would lose, but I think in the first half I would definitely take them. And Dan Hurley, fighting Dan Hurley's, it's like they'll bite your ankle and try to make it happen.
Yeah,
yes,
they'll muddy it up for sure.
Exactly. So okay, so in the end, you like Michigan, I like Arizona. We're kind of the same.
Yeah.
That winner of that game will win it all. I would love to see Illinois win. Don't trust me. I would love to see it. I. And in the Wegs pool, not the people listening for that, but yeah, Matt, I did message him already. That Matt from the bar, if Illinois beats, Arizona, then he wins the pool, which is most important. My sister and Art tie for second, so that's kind of exciting.
As long as Monica doesn't win, that's all.
Monica, I don't think she can win it.
Yeah, she was already talking smack.
She was on top of the board.
Yeah, I know. I was like, we're only at the Sweet 16.
Do you know what we call that? Premature bracketation.
Yeah, victory. Nice. Okay. Taking your victory lap way too early. Premature.
We had a guy do that after the first round once, and it was like he became the premature bracketer.
Nice. Premature bracketer. Okay, nice. I like that.
All right.
Gotta hold your water.
So tonight, maybe we'll go to the game. You never know. We got plans tonight. We have Steph's birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, casino stuff.
I'm just gonna go to the first bar for make an appearance and
right.
Get to the Four Shadows.
Yeah.
I gotta host my party. Yeah. Anybody who's listening, you got so many listeners as you can see. Come on by. We got so many people that checked in today. But yeah, come on by. It's 5:00. I'll be there. Dempsey's coming.
Nice.
I think Murphy's coming.
Okay.
We've got a couple other people.
We gotta get some golf going at some point.
Yeah.
We gotta get that going.
Well, I mean, weather's turning.
Yeah.
The rain's not going to help, but yeah.
No, it's not. I think
you did a golf league a couple years ago, didn't you?
Yeah, Robert Black has one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be too bad.
That course.
Middle of next, I don't know. Yeah, but it's turning.
Yeah.
It's turning. It's definitely something.
I'll get the sticks out for you.
Yeah. Art owes us around anyway because we got rained out last week.
Oh, that's right.
Or last year.
Last year, because
twice. Actually,
well, that was
twice.
If you recall, that was when Stanford picked me up.
Yeah, you got the
and then
flat
you got
tire.
a flat tire in the Porsche.
Yeah, that's right.
By Soldier Field. So we got to do it again. We got to get them all. Let's actually make it happen.
The fearsome foursome.
No, that'd be great. That'd be great.
And then we'll have bowling on Tuesday.
So how long did the playoffs go?
Next 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Okay.
The 22nd, I think, is the last night of bowling. 21st.
Nice.
Let me see. Yeah, 21st.
Okay.
Is the last is championship Tuesday. If you
okay.
will.
And then so it's just like a single limb.
Yeah, it's a bracket. Yeah.
How many teams make it?
4 from each division. There's 3 divisions.
Okay.
So
you got this.
We'll see.
Well, you guys are defending champs.
We are.
Okay.
Yeah, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
You know your championship medal. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, pedigree.
Yes.
Yeah, we got pedigree. Yeah, so we'll see.
And Irv's come around. You said he's playing pretty good.
Yeah, Irv, Caesar, Jordan, everybody's been bowling well. I could be bowling better, and I had one good week last week. I think I shot 7-18 or something.
Well, you're the closer.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I got to, when it's good when if I'm not bowling my best, but everybody else is bowling well, then we're still winning. You know what I mean? We still have room for improvement.
That's right.
So, yeah, I try to be the anchor. You got to be down to like pump the boys
be.
up.
You're the guy at the end.
You got to give them hope.
Michael Johnson.
It was really funny too because we're going to Wednesday nights next year.
Oh.
So the 5th guy we're adding, his name is Butters. And
Butters.
Nice.
Nice.
Ironically enough, I bowled against him in college, and I didn't realize it until we started chatting and whatever. But he's a good bowler. And I told Irv, I was like, hey, I think next year when we go to Wednesdays, I think we should have Butters maybe bowl anchor. And then Irv looks at me and goes, I don't know. I've got way too many good moments of like memories of you throwing shots when we needed them. And I'm like, he's just as capable. But it was just really funny how he was like, I don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, that'll be exciting. And
nice.
We look forward to the playoffs.
I never asked this. Do you guys have like shirts?
Oh, yeah.
Like official shirts?
Oh, yeah. Are we rolling balls yet?
Are you rolling balls yet?
That's our team name. Yeah.
I love it.
And then, actually, Irv wants to get new shirts even, and possibly a new team name.
Oh, team name.
Yeah, we'll see. It's
2-time champs.
Yeah. Well, no, 1-time champ.
Well, you're going to win.
Hopefully 2-time champ. Yeah. Hopefully back-to-back. And then
you made the playoffs.
Yeah.
They need to keep you out of the playoffs.
We've made the finals every year we've been in this league. Yeah. We lost the first year. We won the second year. And then we're hoping to go back-to-back.
This is it.
We're trying to do the Tampa Lightning route.
That a boy.
So...
All right, well, follow us at Side Action Pod on X, Side Action Podcast on Instagram. Don't forget about TikTok. I will put up a TikTok. Where's Rocco? You should make the TikTok with me. Follow me at Wegs on X and on Instagram.
And I'm Coop. You can check me on Instagram at Dalton Cooper and on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. Again, we are the Side Action Podcast coming to you live from the Edgewater Studios.
It's right here. It's
here in beautiful Chicago, Illinois.
Yep, there's pictures.
Everybody enjoy the Final Four this weekend. We're getting on. It's almost coming to the end of the podcast season.
I know. We only got another. What we'll do is we'll do the one next week, and then we can take a break and do the NFL one, and then we'll see if we can get Art back on. Yeah, the draft one. It can be live or not.
Are we doing a draft show again?
We can. I love that.
Yeah.
And then we'll get Art back on for the Kentucky Derby. He's got to do better than last year.
Right.
Or don't hold back on us like he did last year.
Yeah, I was going to say, he did fine last year. He just didn't tell us.
He didn't tell us about the damn thing.
Right. Like, just tell me when you're going to win.
God damn it, Art.
Yeah, that's all right. All right. That's why he's got the lounge, and we don't.
That's right. Art Murphy Lounge.
Yeah.
Exactly. He had to pay taxes.
Keeps all the surprises. Love you guys. He's got to pay taxes.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Side Action Podcast. We appreciate all of your listens and thank you for joining us. We'll see you all again next week.
Side Action Podcast, its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the show hosts or guests. Statements or show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of this podcast, and opinions of the show hosts and guests may conflict. Individuals following the advice given on the podcast accept their own risk of loss, as the Side Action Podcast, its owners, hosts, associates, or guests will not guarantee any advice given. The opinions and advice given are for entertainment purposes only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Intro credit to OTMG The Vet, Old Me versus Young Me Part 2.